Hey guys, it's me, Happy-Tec, and it's been a long time since I've made a video because, well, I've been making things and I haven't got a chance to record them yet, so here we are. We are outside, first, and it's hot, but, that ain't gonna stop me. Today we have a new, interesting creation. This time it's not Nerf this time, it's actually Airsoft. I figured one day or another I'm gonna start doing other things rather than just Nerf, like maybe start expanding towards Airsoft and paintball. And then we'll just see where it goes from there. And so yeah, here we go. I have an Airsoft shotgun, and it's a bit different than the way you would have probably expected to be made. So I wondered if it was possible to take an an actual BB pistol, not the Airsoft, but a BB pistol that fires those 6.5mm balls of steel, and convert it to fire one of these. This is a speed loader I made out of a pen for the shotgun, but one of these, the Airsoft, not the metal. So let's just see if that's possible. Alright, here we are. See if we can get a shot. Here we go. Here is the gun. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not because it's outside, but here is the gun. It's a pump action shotgun. I'll explain why it's a pump forward rather than this way, but, And it took me about 3 days to build. And in case you're wondering, this is the sight, and I'll go into that later. Basic construction is actually from metal this time. Yes, I'm actually been using metal this time for this, at least for this gun at least. Some parts of cardboard that have been laminated with tape so they're waterproof, so you can actually hold it without it sogging up on you, especially the stock. Main construction of the body includes this nice little metal rod right here that runs through the whole body of the gun, from here all the way to the back here, so it gives it a lot of structural strength, and you can shoulder it and you don't have to worry about this stock collapsing on you. And the main part of the gun is actually here. The Crosman C something. It's a BB pistol that uses metal BBs, and it's CO2 powered. I'll get into that later. And you can see there's the gun right there. I'm not sure you can see that in the sun, but that's the main power source. Everything else is just a body built around it, and it actually performs pretty well. Here's an open ejection port, so you can see how many BBs you have, but I'm not sure if you can see that. So here is the sight. It's actually a pill bottle that I turned into a makeshift ACOG sight. Let me see if I can, it's a bit bright so you can't really see it all that well. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me if I can cover it. Can you see that? I can't see that on my camera to begin. But yeah, that's pretty much the gun. I'll show you how to disassemble it later. Let's get into firing. So let me insert a CO2 canister in this thing, and then we'll see what we can do from there. So to load it, you would take the Airsoft pellets or Airsoft BBs, and you just load them through the hole right here. It feeds down into here, gets into the chamber right here, and when you pump forward, it'll open up a hole in the chamber, allowing you to load 3 at once. Pump it forward or backwards again, close it, and it'll chamber about 3 BBs or Airsoft rounds. So let's load this. And in case you're wondering, it is gravity fed. There's no springs. That's why. There we go. The gun holds about 30 rounds, but I tend to only load it at 20, so I don't have to worry about the rounds falling out the hole here. It's not sealed off yet, but there we go. So to load it, let's see if we can hear this. There we go. That's it loading, so let's just shoot it. Before I begin, yes, this is actually Airsoft, so eye protection actually is a must. Well, then again, with anything that shoots, eye protection should be a must, but no one does that, don't do that. Here we go. So let's do some shooting. It holds about 30 rounds. See if I can get this shot. Well, I have to do some weird angle. Ooh, there we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. As you see, it's pretty smooth operating. It feeds and loads like a real shotgun, except it goes to the top, but there we go. So let's load this again and see, because this thing gets 100 shots. Let's see how many I have. Whew. Load! There we go. This is just a convenient speed loader made out of a pen with a string attached at the cap to keep it closed. And I'll tell you why I made this shotgun. Do that again. So there we go. I have a lot of CO2 left, but just for the sake of it, we'll do one more. I'm not sure if you can see the BB coming out of the gun, but they are bright yellow, so you should be able to see it. I'm not sure, I can't see it on my camera. Ah, there's a bee. Why is there a wasp? Ah, that's a wasp. So there we go. And, well, one thing I actually found out about this gun while making it is I can actually make this thing, quote-unquote, semi-automatic if I move the pump just to a certain position. I marked it right here, and it becomes semi-automatic. So I'll just show you that for the fun of it. There we go. Now it's just semi-automatic, so let's see about that. There we go. It fires a lot faster semi-automatic, but fortunately we get like one shot, and for some reason one shot tends to curve to right, but when it's three it tends to stay in a clump together, so I don't know what's going on there. In case you're wondering, no, not when you paint the gun down, a BB does not fall out. I'm not going to show you. I'll chamber some. Here we go. I'm not sure if you can see that yellow in the pen barrel, but it is loaded, so let me load that. And so I'm going to point the gun down, make sure I'm on safety real quick. It's on safety. I'm going to point the gun down, and hopefully no barrels. Here, as you can see, there are no BBs falling out because the BBs are actually in there. So they're sealed up, and now they're ready to shoot. If you can actually get the shots out pretty fast with this gun when I practice with it. So that's the firing. So might as well now disassemble the gun. Hey, all right, so I'm back. So we're going to disassemble the shotgun. And let me just show you how it takes down. It's actually quite simple. It took me a while to figure it out, but in the end I went for a really simplistic approach, which I am afraid, or which I kind of just slapped myself over because I didn't think of it before until now. So to disassemble it, first you'd pump the thing to make it, you'd rack the slide pump open. There's these two pins here in the front that look really ugly, but they keep the gun together, so I don't really care. You pull them both out, and there we go. Next, what you do is you slightly just lift it up. There you go, and then you pull it out. It's a bit, it gets stuck. There we go. There we go. Now it is in two halves. You have the whole body, the barrel assembly, and then you have the two pins that keep it together. Now the reason why this gun works is, look inside. Here is the loader, or this is pretty much just a tube magazine. That's a pen and it's gravity fed. That's where you put it in there. If you look closely in here, if I can get a good shot of it, there we go. That is the chamber where the BBs fall into, or just wait to be loaded in. That's when this part comes in. As you can see here, there is a nice little indent cut in. There we go. That's space for enough for 3 BBs. Now the reason why it's a pump forward is because on this kind of particular gun, since it's non-blowback, if you look closely, I'm not sure if you can get, a barrel likes to protrude out just a bit. I'm not sure if you can see that. if you see that barrel likes to protrude out. Now, the reason why I made it a pump forward is because when that barrel likes to protrude out, it goes way past this cut and then effectively pushes the BBs past it, maximizing the amount of air that could go through this tube. And also, because I'm afraid that this part's probably going to break, since it's not really all that structurally sound, because it's pretty much half of it, the material has been cut off. So that's why I made it like that. So when you pump forward, it lines up with the chamber in here that loads the 3 BBs inside, falls in there. Once you pump it back to close it, it goes way past that chamber, seals it off, and when you pull the trigger, the barrel will move forward, essentially sealing out and then making the maximum amount of air pressure in the little barrel. So there we go. And that's about it. Barbecue skewers. What else is there to show you? That's about it. So let's I'm gonna reassemble the gun and then I'll go from there. So, any final things on this gun? No, in fact, it's actually pretty heavy. Mainly because I'm using metal instead of this plastic corrugated stuff I've been using the whole time. And as you can see, I forgot to mention I took a little stop thing from a piece of cardboard and I just stuck it on there. And then there we go. So as you can see, the fore end is covered in cardboard and taped, so it's waterproof. So is the stock, and it's actually pretty comfortable. Might modify the stock a bit, make it look more something, I don't know. The gun is pretty much the main point, and the main reason why I made this shotgun is, first of all, I was invited to go to an actual Airsoft game, and I didn't have any good guns, so I decided to take my broken BB gun and turn it into an Airsoft shotgun, and it worked phenomenally, as you can see, hopefully. And the second part, that's actually the main reason. The second reason is I, again, wondered if it's possible to turn one of these Airsoft BB, what? No, CO2 BB guns and turn it into an Airsoft shotgun. That's relatively effective. As you can see, it shoots pretty far and pretty accurate considering it's a shotgun and it's homemade. It ain't no spec made, you know, mill receiver or anything. It's just pieces of plastic glued together. And that's about it. Let me see if I can get one more time, see if I can get a good shot of the thing. That's the one flaw with this gun's sight, is it's not bright enough to counteract the brightness of the day. I don't think it is. There we go. There we go. There is the sight. There is the ACOG sight. That is a homemade sight, and as you can see, it looks pretty good for what it is. It's not the best, but it's good enough for the shotgun. So there we go. Gets about 100 shots out of one CO2 canister, but I kept it at 90 before I ever had to refill it, because that's when performance becomes degraded and I don't like it. The sight runs off 2 AA batteries, I forgot to mention, just stuck on there with double-sided tape. And yeah, that's about it. This is gonna take me 3 days to make, and it works. Hopefully one day, if I can do follow-up and actually go to an Airsoft match and show you how this thing performs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the Happy-Tec Airsoft shotgun I made, and I enjoyed every second building it and figure out how to make it work. And that's about it. Name's Happy-Tec, and I guess I'm signing off. As always, be chill. Forgot the obligatory first-person shooting of the shotgun or any gun I make, so just turn this on, put that to the side so you guys don't see it. There we go. Safety off. Is this thing even on? There you go. So to reload, take your little homemade speed loader out of a pen and just casually feed it in there. There we go. Pump forward. As you can see, it's about to, as you can see, the beavers are starting to now fall down. There we go. So that's about it. The CO2 is starting to run out on this thing, so that's a signal for me to either replace it or call it a day here.